handled us would have been different altogether. You see, sometimes as an individual, when you think that you have somebody who is protecting you and the person dies, you become broken and you can see better. Yemu bebre yenam ho, ye feel see ye wo bi a ogina ye chi e wo sunsun mu pa. For example, fa ne se obi a wo kona sorry a wonim se obo ho ban pa. Wo sorry na pada kro na sa nipa kro no wewu a, you become broken. Can you imagine if you're a member of TB Joshua's church and you always know it is that man who is protecting you, and you wake up that one morning and your pastor is dead? Kabarosia, you become broken. I'll give you another example. If you think you have somebody who is taking care of you, like your father and your mother, and they are your only hope, and they pass on, you become broken in life. That is when what is really in you comes out. This one, I'm sure you are familiar with it. If in life you have rejected all men, or you have rejected all women, and the one you clinged onto, when you are broken hearted here, when you are broken, it's going to be interesting. I want to share with you over the next 6 minutes or so a message entitled, "Have you been broken yet?" Watch. It is very easy to know if someone is broken or not. Someone who has been broken, they don't complain. Obia or you're broken on complaining in life. What do you mean I say? But you would understand. You just come along with me. In life, one needs to be broken to be humble, to get rid of pride, and to appreciate God's mercy and grace. I'll stress on it because I need to let this one sink in your soul. In life, everyone needs to be broken in order for you to be humble, and in order for you to get rid of pride, and in order for you to appreciate and accept God's grace and God's mercy. Did you know that if you've never been broken, you will not be aware of the pride that is in you? And that is the danger. Anyone who is yet to be broken in life, you are harboring a disguised pride, and the danger is you are not even aware of it. Because Proverbs chapter 16 verse 18 says, pride goes before a fall. So if you have a disguised pride in you, it is just a matter of time. Many children of God, even pastors especially, they are walking around with pride and they are not aware till they get broken. And then they become humble, and then they accept the grace of God. Asofo bebre, any asorema bebre, enam ahomam so ewo omumu, but omunim till they become broken, then they become humble, then they learn how to receive the grace and the mercy of God. I'll explain it to you. But most importantly, my assignment this morning is to help my little brothers and sisters and to expose this disguise of pride and the need for it to be broken. And I pay me botaye ntia mene me ma offer for a message. He said, most young men and women are not yet broken. That is why they are not married. Most young men and women are not married because they are not yet broken. Most of the youth these days, they are not employed because they are yet to be broken. This message will help you a lot. I will use one biblical character to explain being broken, and I will choose David. I'll choose a biblical character to explain to you what I mean by being broken. I'll use David. I mean the King David, the greatest king that ever lived. Oh yes, do the research. Ohinia, oye ohini ponche, ohini biya, wabasa si soda. Hey, David, the greatest king to date. The Bible calls David a man after God's own heart. The Bible said it twice. In 1 Samuel chapter 13 verse 14 and the book of Acts of the Apostles, chapter 13, verse 22, the Bible calls David a man after God's own house, God's own heart. You see, I don't know the disguised pride that you are carrying around as a child of God, but trust me, for you to be called a man after God's own heart is a big temptation. It will get to your head. So, and ya can't to what ya can't dear to Chirimu say, will you be a what that on your coupon Kumaswa? I dare never call Chirim. Who's any padas any one abaso cacrebi pa, ne urani Chirim. Obinam, nature say, eh, Sanya when I'm with you. Ya catching David the tea, so you will be a what dan Yankupon Kumasono, a coni Chirim. Wokra, your small self-righteousness. You look down on everybody as if the person is a sinner. Amos 3:3 eka sembi se asumienu betumi anante a wo mo adwene enye baako ana inti na che se David no na oyobi a woye otenini ni na koma mutipa nti na Yakobon se oda na koma so ewura ni tirim. It got to his head. David ohene tiase ohene nwuye yentu ohene ade so Yakobon si no hene bebia David befe bia no David odi nkunim. David yobia na afe we hunu se Onyankopon edi nechi pa. Saul tata no epene kunu. David nya Saul se obekunu na kuma mu fita nti no wenkum Saul. Saul na tade eketwa kura wotwa ano no. Bible say na eye David eye ne yawo na kuma. 1 Samuel chapter 24 verse 5. Or say afterward David was conscience stricken for cutting off a corner of. So on person be you be abone. Holier than thou. Ocha Saul Natalia no krapo no. You say na kuma kura eye ni bibi. Hey David. Aben kwan na wo hwe ne sa no nyabutreu. You see, because this self-righteousness or whatever sort of got to David's head. David was now praying boastful prayers and he was not aware. Some of us Christians, we pray boastful prayers. In Paibo aye bono, ye mo aye ye feel se boni eni ye hono, ye bo ahomaso en Paibo. David in Psalm 139, verse 23 and 24. David ebo ahomaso en paye e can say, search my heart, O God. Because he had this disguised pride that he was good. David prayed in Psalm 139, verse 23 and 24. David says, search me, O God, and know my heart. Try me and know my thoughts, and see if there is any wicked way in me. Kofi, I would dare not invite God to search my heart. He knows it already, but I will not boastfully say, Irade, Shamabra Bobo Sabodi bi womoa. Hey, menewaya, me homework, home beside me fama. You see, but after this boastful prayer, not so long, within some few hours, David saw the wife of another man. He coveted his neighbor's wife, committed adultery, bore false witness, committed murder, and stole someone's wife. You see, you don't know the seriousness of these charges. Say, what kind of Bible? You say 10 commandments, no, break it back, we breaking in and only technically. What you say? Technically, if you break one of the 10 commandments, you've broken all. But David, not technically, but practically, broke all the commandments back to back, standing at one place. 10 commandments, no. Yes, we buba akuswa. Technically, we buning in asu. David, no, nye technically no ye no, or no practically, because he coveted his neighbor's wife, committed adultery, bear false witness, committed murder, stole somebody's wife. You see, after that boastful prayer, say, search my heart, no. Psalm 51, David is broken. He is now seeking for the grace and the mercy of God. He's now praying, have mercy on me, O God, according to your unfailing love, according to your great compassion, brought out by transgression. Wash away all my iniquities and cleanse me from sin. What happened to that heart? David was saying, God, search my heart. He said, create in me now a pure heart, O God, and don't cast me away from your presence. When he was broken, David began to seek and access the grace and mercy of God. He became humble and he eschewed pride. In Psalm 119, verse 71, it says, my suffering was good for me, for it taught me to pay attention to your decrees. Psalm 94, verse 12 says, blessed is the man you discipline, O Lord, and teach your laws. David said in Psalm 119:67 that before I was afflicted, I went astray, but now I keep your word. Share, me di me message bay. Me pese me di mabakosam kakra. Me di ye futuo me di mau. I am where I am this morning because at a point in my life I was broken. The job I have this morning, the wife I have, the house I have them because I was broken at a point in time. Kofi, me kama bakosam kakra bi achiro. Kofi, ya wo me de tu fie bi mu a, se me de tu nseniani a, I was born into an upper class fancy society or family. In the 1960s, na me papa any general manager ewo UTC. In the 1960s, na me papa any general manager ewo UTC. Me mame, the whole Kaneshi schools I saw, Kaneshi 1 and 2, na me mame any headmistress. Me ko school papa Datus Preparatory, manko Prince of Peace, manko Eating, me ko Datus Preparatory School. Sa time no, ye jiwa, jisa owo Achimota sandals enum, ene white socks enum, Achimota sandals na so nya obesha na juada brother fiada de you understand what I'm saying? Me free Datus embassy call Accra Academy 1981. Sa time no to enter into Accra Academy no and not from one tina sa kind of life no na me lady. Inti na my man dwene se me wie school na se me ware oba bia oba fata so oba ware me na so ye fantini ba a nani abie at least what in America be 5 years se me ye dwuma se me ne United Nations se bia Peace Corps, Red Cross se kwata kra me ye dwuma wa Ghana ha bia GNTC, UAC when wa de no metina be bia cantonments because that was the standard. This is what broke me, and I'm very, very grateful today that I was broken. It was national service. She and I pay me catch bia ube school. Ne be catch se koye national service. It is a blessing in disguise. Bibia yedu be to bia no ko why? And I pay me catch all the youth. National service and punishment. National service, I was broken through my national service. It was a blessing. From the comfort of the residential area of Kaneshi in the 1980s, you transfer me to Central Region. Oh, anya she say Cape Coast anya bad. Me kodru Cape Coast I send transfer me to Asinfusu 1988. Asinfusu me kodru ye dan ya ye bie ma me no. Asa enketre ye de aye decoration wo dan no ho. Empa ensim ye de abo cement blocks anan bakusia ene yedi enkampro a yetwitwa eno ne yedi ayampa ade esave me ne se me the student mattress me radio kitwa ne me torchlight ena me de call ho metna ho afi baaku etwa me national service no. After 1 year, that background I had from Datus, Accra Academy, Fanti, whatever, I was broken. I became a new person. Inti me free Asinfusu go me radio no credo time be na battery na run down. Inti FM no ana GBC omo bonyomo e dey ade metie enyomo omo bo na omo kasa assembly mempa na medum no because me battery ne be run down. I was so broken when I came back to Accra. Let me twem e was Zongo Junction. Let me recording studio omo records bebre na omo bonyom. Shobi a métier wireless ketwa sa. When they offered me a job in that recording studio, I did not seek the opinion of my mother or anyone because I have been listening to a little radio for 1 year where there's no light. Namasema ba Accra recording studio. Esra manhwe me ho said Marcos's form na esen kam koye adwuma wo UN and I Red Cross and I GNTC. Because I was broken, I accepted a job to be a storekeeper in a recording studio. If I was not broken and straight from sixth form I was looking for a job, I wouldn't have accepted that job. Etoso mienu edanya me kode emu ntino me ba Accra ha back no ene me hu se ndwan boom a yen esi efie a yesi ne blog ye di ndwan egum no eye 10 times better. Ndwan mu no kanea wom edanya me kode mu asenfo so 1 year no na kanea nim me ba ye no na ndwan ne kura nim me prepare mu na me kode mu yesi Kofi efri asenfo so aba afi woda ndwan boom mu. But I tell you what, because I was broken na me hu ndwan boom no to say eye trasako. Me se me ware obi a wo free America me kohye ekurase ho do me sen me ba ye no me hu Abigail e wo Kaneshi na chese oye sorobofo kra afei me ba na nche ene ase ye ton asase bi e wo Ablekuma echi ye frɛ ho Oduma ye mo ye ne ye kɔ ye nyina ye kɔhwɛ asase no e wo Oduma obi ase ye ha ye kurase. But because me makotena ekurase eye asenfusu no na me hu Ablekuma ho no te said trasako into me G asase no sa. Therefore, it was the national service that broke me. The national service made me to appreciate a place in Accra. Accra people were calling a village. I saw it as trasako. Ya say ya ne edi nkomo na me breaso. Nyampese me kacha won say ndwuma bebre ewo enkran ene Ghana ha. Ya wo fase for no omo mpese adwuma no because they have not been broken. But I would have been in the same situation, but me koye me national service now I became broken. When I came back, irrespective said 1988, na ukuta six form abodi krata na ukwe nimo pa. I accepted that job because I was broken. I accepted to marry that girl because coming straight away from a sinful so seeing a Carnation girl, I learned to appreciate. There are a lot of young guys around, but you girls have not seen something. I mean, you have not seen the worst side of life. You are not broken, so you have some pleasant dreams. Young men be wa media me worry oba just say me oba in class to say sawokoti bie bubu pa be bubu a be hunu se oba o abrabo mu no we sorobofo ye won sase bebre wa Ghana ha na amafo mu aba ye ko kire wa sase bia we kire dodo na won pe na ti say me ko hye kurase tum me say me ba ye no during those days me hunu Ablekuma Oduma during the 1990s when you obi akwa oh had ye wechire dodo had ye krase dodo masa. When you are broken, you will learn to appreciate so many things in life. As I bring my message to an end, I wish we could go on and on. I know you are enjoying this morning's message, but my time is up. Listen, Psalm 51 verse 17, as I wrap up. The sacrifices of God are a broken spirit. The psalmist said, a broken and contrite heart, O God, you will not despise. We preach Christ to you every day, but you are yet to come to Christ. Something will one day knock you down to your knees. I'm not sounding as a prophet of doom. When we preach Christ to you and you don't accept Christ, guess what? Keep standing. Someday, something will knock you down to your knees. Some of us feel too big to attend church. Guess what? A small girl can break your heart. Accept to be broken. It is good for you. Listen, when God sends something your way to break you down, accept it in good faith and respond by accepting the grace and mercies of God. Being broken brings increase. God sent his only begotten Son. He was broken, and today Christ has more than 15 million children. 5 loaves of bread were broken. 5,000 people ate. 12 baskets full were left over. Your increase comes from your being broken. Be humble. Experience the blessing of brokenness. Change the way you see brokenness. The blessing is in the breaking. Like as I said earlier on, like an olive fruit, the fragrance comes out of the olive fruit when it is crushed. Enyoma eben wono esumbu bebre, but there is a disguised pride in you. The way the national service broke me, I realized any job in Accra compared to the situation in Asinfosu was the best. Any girl in Accra compared to the situation in Asinfosu was the best. Any plot in Accra compared to the situation in Asinfosu those days was the best. When I became broken, I learned to appreciate the things around me. Master, wombru ejume biasu. Wombru oba biasu. Ena wombru bema biasu. You have a disguised pride. The day you are broken, you will learn to appreciate everything around you. Thank you so much for listening to my message. It was brought to you courtesy Best Point Savings and Loans. We say your dream is our business. Best Assurance, we say your protection is always assured. And High Sense, everyday prices for everyday people.
FM, station with a vision. 104.3 FM, 104.3 FM. FM, station with a vision. 104.3 FM, 104.3 FM.
Ebusuade achien aka simensiama promoto wadaro ma memfa me commercials ne nso so na afi minjao o se ya wada de ya yetwa de na pay me mpa me bo ama won se nyame ma wodwa why me shase a me de Don King Electronics wadofo ase eyi adanse no a start se eba o me Kofi wonim dada amanyosem de emeni ndi echire petro yatumu a Kofi ni amanyina to petro inti sa wode be ya amanyosem ene ya to petrum ene ya yese ye be ye ho den emu ayaba eyi kitwe bi aba electronic energy saver what the farm will petrol tank ho it will save you 30% of your fuel consumption. It is real. Meme try in 3 weeks and sana media tum afe omukuta tumi krata edifree Ghana Standards Board and afe Atomic Energy enye bosirimuka enye adanko dada adre enye se dada wo na wase osika wo to saa de wei eye Don King Electronics omo energy saver no what the farm wo car ho ananse wo electricity main switch no ho a it saves consumption by 30%. What to back ho lifespan no eye 5 years. What to back ho lifespan no eye 5 years. Open no dudu etu aton ananse wo pebi de abo wo meter ananse wo car ho a me the telephone numbers mienu me the tudwa eye 0550 124 247. That is 0550 124 247. And I say 0267 664411. 0267 664411. Metwa me commercials no so a be pacho EcoBank ama sikatuatua aye fopa se obetue skebiti se custom duties, corporate income tax, withholding tax, value added tax, pay as you earn, and then keke ka hono sisi ano EcoBank wujina wanemu bebia wo bia abri bia you can just pay on any of EcoBank digital channels with ease. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank. And I pay Obi Baby Sasa Kofi. Now, why then we dear won't and answer what Cassa I had the day in the Anna pay. Then the menu di. Ediane pa solid food de menyaye. Nanso nia ewo mi mu no well be dia dance say e chen fufuo ni aben kwan kura me bebe studio a Vitamilk ana menom sa wo so ebia wadwuma nhyehyeye no te se me de no me madwuma nyina gina napa ebodu mienu pa na mapon nti efri anapa de kopem du mienu de enye dokoro na china masem yes master na wo koba sa me bebe studio a menya Vitamilk ebo no goa karafi yazo Vitamilk no flavors ni nyina ye na hwehwemu amaye no nti no me kanfo Vitamilk strawberry e de maw strawberry fruit no ehun faso e de manipedua no edoso pa kai se Vitamilk happy meal at any time yekoso a kai wo se bomodin na download the Energy Commission omo certified appliance app no se wonya download ya fa wo phone no na call Google Play Store anase App Store type certified appliance app click na download it e be chirechiro nneoma esese wo hunu nyina ne ne yedi nka ka chiro okra ne say no label no good and then kwada am abade ya na mo feel say sisia na wiase ayedin me de me de toto ho a sisia de wiase ayefo kra ye breso no obeye anomode kakra ye de bibia ye no bia ye frɛ ne tea obeye tea kakra no mu a onya cocoa powder kane cocoa powder ni petire modin wo de kan wano a nyonyonyo esichire nim onya cocoa powder sanu akopa esichire wo fie ya na obepe milk ansa na wa ye tea enemremu inhira no yakopon de afa this way chocolate drink atirema bia obeti no cocoa powder Ghana de papa ye de esichire afra ye de milk afra enti ya ka say this way chocolate drink ne wo hia ene ensuhie ebusuansa na mekonoma yenko kofuridua de ekoye de yeko Joy Industries mepacho Joy Industries wonim dada yen ene de Joy ointment ye de baye ya na ebimu bisa se peaceful na nse munye Joy ointment no scent munye advert ne biom mepacho Joy Industries ye da so eye Joy ointment no ukodwomu a enye na open dodo etu a cosmetic shops bi egina ne na so bi obenya Joy ointment no na brebone a ye wo mu a ye pese ye boga na fo ho ban ye immune system no enya hoɔden no eno ntina Joy Industries ye ni anase ye de ye ni a kyerɛ eye Vital 20 de rubono Vital 20 every Joy Industries Vital 20 eye the ultimate immune booster. It's made from 100% herbs known for boosting the immune system to fight diseases and infections. Vital 20 is your ultimate immune system support for general well-being. Na ya kanesa no se de kan se oba wa fa yefunu oba wa ba kwada nofo ana kwada wondi mbromfie dumienu de monka ho. Open dudu etu aton a mepacho obefre 024 288 7996 0244 58